World News tonight from BGI Television. First, the headlines. Endure trying times, Seyi Tinubu urges Nigerians. Court strikes out treason case against Showore Bakari. Hardship paralyzing lives nationwide, Catholic bishops can. FG begins payment of ASU's withheld salaries. Economic challenges, PDP governors working on plan for Nigeria, Makinde. And to the next story, we don't know what crime to charge ex-Central Bank Governor Emefiele with. And to the next, 10 suspects arrested for extortion, courtesan, robbery in Ogun. And to the foreign story, 53 dead in Papua New Guinea tribal violence. On sports, Unity propelled Super Eagles to AFCON 2023 second place finish for Meruo. And the news in detail. Seyi Tinubu, son of President Bola Tinubu, has urged Nigerians to endure current economic hardship. He said that enduring the trying times was necessary for Nigeria to have a better future, adding that the president's recent tough decisions should have been taken years ago. Expressing optimism for the future, Seyi Tinubu stated that although challenges persist, the nation's outlook is promising. He conveyed this message in a post he shared on his Instagram handle on Monday. Moving on to the next story, a federal high court in Abuja today struck out the treasonable felony charges against the 2023 presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, Omoyele Sowore and Olawale Bakari. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi, in a notice addressed to the court, expressed his intention to discontinue the case against Sowore. Some operatives of the Department of State Services had arrested Sowore in the build-up to the #RevolutionNow protest, accusing him of seeking to overthrow the then incumbent government on August 3rd, 2019. 30 days later, the APEC government filed 7 charges of fraud, cyber stalking, and treasonable felony against Sowore on September 20, 2019. However, the FG rearranged Sowore and Bakari on 2 charges of treasonable felony on February 13, 2020. Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court in Abuja in November 2023 threatened to strike out the case if the prosecution failed to put its house in order. However, at the proceedings on Monday, an Assistant Chief State Counsel, Federal Ministry of Justice, A.R. Tahir, urged the court to approve the notice of discontinuance by the AGF, adding that the charges against the defendant be struck out. Moving on to the next story. The Catholic Bishop Conference of Nigeria, CBCN, and the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, yesterday dissected the state of the nation and returned a grim verdict. Hardship is paralyzing socio-economic lives in communities and hunger causing a serious humanitarian crisis. Besides, the Catholic Bishop lamented that Nigeria was at worst times in terms of insecurity, economy, and corruption, and called for sincere, accountable, and collective effort to halt the current slide and steer us towards a more secure and prosperous future. The Catholic Bishop and CAN spoke at the federal government through Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, Senator George Akume, acknowledged the problems and restated its determination to tackle security and economic challenges with a view to improving the quality of life for all Nigerians. The trio spoke at the opening session of the 2024 First Plenary Assembly of the Catholic Bishop Conference of Nigeria in Abuja yesterday. Moving on to the next story. The federal government has started the payment of the withheld salaries of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. Bolarin, ASU chairperson, Federal University of Technology, Mina, confirmed the development where he said, yes, it is true, payment has started rolling in. Recall that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in October 2023 approved the release of 4 of the 8 months ASU withheld salaries of the workers. The salaries were withheld when the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari invoked a no-work, no-pay policy against some university-based unions that embarked on a strike, which lasted for 8 months in 2022. Still on the world news, Governor Seyi of Oyo State has elected governors on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, under the aegis of PDP Governors Forum, will soon come up with an action plan that will help salvage the current hardship being faced in the country. He charged Nigerians to keep their heads up high despite the difficult times and join hands with the leaders to make the country great again. Apparently, reacting to the recent backlash of the PDP governors over allegations of owing workers and pensioners salaries in their various states, Governor Makinde noted that despite criticisms against the PDP Governors Forum that recently spoke out on the situation in the country, he and his colleagues will remain undeterred but focus on impacting on the people. The governor spoke over the weekend while commissioning the 12.5 kilometers challenge Odoano Elewe Akpata Road, which he also renamed Theophilus Akinyele Road Ibadan. He said the PDP governor recently met and deliberated so much on economic hardship the people are facing with the intent of coming up with a plan and solution that will help the people overcome the challenges of the time. Nigeria Senate President Godswill Akpabio has stated that President Bola Tinubu's administration does not know what crime to charge a former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, with. The former Minister of Niger Delta noted that the actions and policies taken under Emefiele's watch as the governor of the Apex Bank were responsible for hunger in Nigeria. According to him, their administration met a collapsed economy when it came in. Akpabio said this while speaking in a video of a church program posted on X handle on Sunday. The former Akwa Ibom governor called on Nigerians to exercise some patience in the face of the crippling economic hardship in the country. Moving on, the Ogun State Community Social Orientation and Safety Corps, codenamed SOSAFE Corps, has arrested 10 men for allegedly involving in forceful extortion, cultism, and robbery. This was contained in a press statement issued by the Office of the State Commander of the Corps, Commander Dr. Soji Gonzalo, through the Office of the Director of Information and Public Relations of the Corps, Assistant Commander Maruf Yusuf. The statement added that due to the deluge of complaints by a number of communities in Sango area of the state on security challenges they have been facing, the State Commander of the SOSAFE Corps gave the Zonal Commander of Adodota local government area, Assistant Commander Tajuddin Odubaku, a marching order to bring normalcy to the communities. Gonzalo noted that the patrol team of the Corps arrested some of these criminals elements while forcing their victims to extort money from them at Sango Garage via Sango Underbridge, inward Ijoko Road by Borehole and Joju Bus Stop. Gonzalo said 2 men were arrested at Joju Bus Stop in the act of extorting innocent victims, which has turned to robbery around 7 p.m. and causing serious phobia for the inhabitants. And to the foreign story. 64 bloodied bodies have been found along a stretch of road in Papua New Guinea's remote island. Police said Monday a gruesome escalation of long-running violence between local warring tribes. The victims were believed to be tribal fighters who were ambushed by a rival group in the early hours of Sunday. The incident occurred near the town of Wabag, about 600 kilometers, 370 miles northwest of the capital, Port Moresby. The rugged and lawless area has for years been the scene for tit-for-tat mass killings between rival Sikin, Ambolin, Kaikin, and other tribesmen. Graphic police images from the scene show stripped and bloodied bodies lying by the roadside of the road and piled up on the back of a flatback truck. Some men are limbed and were left naked by the roadside with beer bottles of cans placed on their chests. Police on Monday said gunfights were ongoing in nearby valleys and bodies were still being recovered from bushland near the road. To end the news this hour is the sports news. Super Eagles defender Kenneth Omeruo says unity within the ranks propelled the team to a successful outing at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. The West Africans made it to the final of the competition, where they lost 2-1 to host nation Cote d'Ivoire. The 3-time African champions struggled in the build-up to the competition and were not expected to make a big impression in Cote d'Ivoire. Omeruo claimed the determination and camaraderie among the players made it possible for them to exceed expectations in the competition. I'm especially proud of Stanley Nwabali, how he was able to come into the team and show his qualities, Omeruo stated. The team believes in itself and knows it can perform better. I hope that would win gold at the 2023 AFCON nonetheless. Our eyes are on AFCON 2025. With our sports story, we've come to the end of today's world news. Before we go, some headlines. Endure trying time, Seyi Tinubu urges Nigerians. Court strikes out treason case against Showore Bakari. Hardship paralyzing lives nationwide. Catholic bishops can. On sports, Unity propels Super Eagles to AFCON 2023 second place. Kenneth Omero. For update of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Baba Bagade Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagade Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For other placement of goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the following streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Moriri Ebila Lawal.